The Dice Tower is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for your support. And by Cool Stuff Inc. Cool stuff in stock at coolstuffinc.com.
The Dice Tower, episode 560.
Live from Origins 2018.
Welcome to the Dice Tower, a podcast about board games and card games, but especially all these people who play them. On today's show, we're live in Columbus for the Origins Game Fair. We have the whole team on deck: Mandy, Suzanne, Z, Sam, Tom, me, and some special guests. We'll check in with our thoughts on this year's con, play one of our favorite games, and answer some questions from the live theater audience. I'm Eric Summerer, and here's your host, the OH to my Tom Vassell.
All right, so we're glad to be here and answer the question we're always asked every single time, which is, what's the hot missing thing that no one knows about at Origins? And our answers are always, we don't know, right? It seems to be the question, but people want to know what's a good game that you played, and usually our answers at conventions are we didn't play any. But we did play a few here.
A few.
What did we play?
Do I get to start?
You do.
I do. So I got to play a game called Coimbra, which is from Spiele, and it sold out almost immediately. So don't go looking for it if you try. It's a action selection game. You're rolling dice, and the dice are different colors, but you're rolling them or drafting them not only for the pip value on them, which is sort of a bid for how much you want to pay for cards that will go into a tableau, but it's also for actions that get triggered because of their color. So you may want this die because it's green, but your neighbor might want it because it's a 5 and they want to outbid someone else for a card that they really want in the row. And plus, another one might want it because it's green, they get a bonus for green dice. I thought I was doing really, really well with this game because I had maximized the green strategy, which is like the straight up points strategy. And I got bonuses for green dice. I was drafting all the green dice I could. And meanwhile, somebody else was just hopping all around the board, increasing his ability to move all around the map and laying down tokens and getting all sorts of special actions. And he kept creeping up. And I was like, nah, my lead's good. My lead's good. I can do this. I just stick to the strategy. Stick to the strategy. And then Tom scored like 50 points in one turn. Yeah. And Mandy and I think tied. We tied. And Tom beat us by 15 points. I liked it. I really enjoyed the differing decisions, why something might be a good idea for someone else, and the sometimes passing over what to someone else thinks is an obvious move. Like, why did you not draft that card? Why are you out trying to outbid me for this card? When I wasn't even considering that card. I don't want that card. I wanted this card. I just wanted the green die. And I found that to be really neat, fun to explore. It was a little bit of a brain burner. We probably shouldn't have played it starting at 9 p.m.
Yeah, it's true. I was falling asleep near the end.
Until scoring came up, and then you were
Well, yeah, he was wide awake once the points started rolling in. Exactly. Yeah, it was great. It was a lovely time. That's Coimbra from Spiele.
I really enjoyed that one. That was fun until,
until, yes.
Old head, but.
Yes.
So I didn't play that many games. I think I played a total of 3. One of them was MetroX, and Suzanne actually showed that one to me. It's Roll and Write, of course, because it's Suze. And you might have to help me out a little bit because I haven't played it the one time. But you have these different types of rails, and you're trying to finish the rails to get the points, but you have these cards that come out that tell you how many of these kind of X's you can put in the squares to finish certain rails. So you can finish like an orange rail, a gray rail. They have different colors and they're worth a different amount of points. But you want to do it before everybody else because then you'll get the higher point values. There are other points. There's 2 levels of points. The first person that gets there is going to get the higher level. Second person is going to get the lower level of points. And after that, well, you're out of luck. I found it tough because you had some cards that would allow you to skip over certain areas of the rail, so you could fill in your boxes, but if you're like, shoot, I need to get this box, but I can't get to it, it allows you to skip over and then fill it in with this specific card, and they had a different variety of numbers. What was the other card they had?
Well, they had the star card.
The star.
That
was a
allows
good
you
one.
to score intersections.
Yes, so where you had several lines going through one square, you can score lots of points with that one. It's like a multiplier, I think.
It has
right?
to be timed perfectly, though.
Exactly. So I was horrible at this game. I didn't manage to fill in very many of my rails, but you were saying that for the first playthrough, it's really tough to get them done. I think did you beat us?
A little bit.
Yeah, of course.
A little bit. Did you beat us a little bit?
A lot. Yeah. Actually, you did with the other game as well.
That side of the table's not doing so well at games.
We are trying. It is not our fault that we have cheaters. I mean...
What? That's quite the accusation.
That is an accusation, and I resent that.
I'm kidding. I didn't think that. But you had a very random strategy. I think you should have streamlined. We'll talk about it later. So, anyway, in
Let's
the game...
bring it over to our side.
No, I'm gonna finish the game. Anyway, long story short, we finished. When was the last round to finish in that game?
You play even
the
rounds, so everybody, you fill in
Yeah.
all the indicator squares, and then you see who did the best.
Right, which was you. So congratulations.
But did you enjoy it?
I did. I really liked it. It's a thinkier roll and
Yeah.
write. So if you have a chance to check it out, you should. And unfortunately, we're leaving tomorrow morning. Otherwise, I'd recommend that you show a few people.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of them on.
How long did the game last?
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
That's
it's
kind of long for a roll and write.
well, you know, it's a
Too many roll and writes, that's what we're saying. Oh, sorry. Hey, we had good pie today. It was delicious.
yeah, that's true.
Right, so
Someone brought Suzanne pie. That's important
Yeah,
to know.
my new best friend, Stuart. Officially, my new best friend brought us pie. It was
that
Stuart
was
here?
good.
No, I think Stuart had to go home. Stuart had a little baby,
But he brought pie.
and we love you, Stuart.
So if you want to get on our good side, bring us pie.
Well, this was my convention of Wolfgang Warsch. Wolfgang Warsch to me is a tulip that just popped out of the ground, and then everything is beautiful and wonderful because, of course, Wolfgang Warsch is the designer that's got a plethora of nominations in the Spiel Awards for The Mind, Ganz schön clever, and a game I got to play for the first time this weekend, this convention.
Quack, quack,
Say it, no, say it right.
Quacksalber von Quedlinburg.
Nicely
Wow.
done.
Impressive.
Quacksalber
better than what I
von
would've said.
Quedlinburg. And this is Wolfgang's pool building game about mixing up potions. And every player has their own board that's got this spiral board on it, and then you're gathering tokens that represent different ingredients, and you're putting them into your bag, and then you're drawing them out and putting them on the board, and they have different numbers on them. What the numbers really indicate is how many spaces along that track you get to move it from the previous filled spot. So if I pull a 1, I just put my token in the next spot. If I pull a 4, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and drop it there. And the higher up you go around the spiral track, the bigger the numbers you get. The spot that you reach will have more points and provide more income for you to buy more tokens to put them in your bag so that you can crush your opponents. The different tokens, there's different colors, and they have different abilities. And this is one really nice thing about the game, is that there's a lot of variability in it because there's these placards that indicate what the tokens, what powers they have, and they're double-sided. So, and then you mix and match, and then you don't use them all in a single game. So there's a ton of token power variability in the game, which should really add to replayability, which I personally like. So you're just drawing tokens, putting them around, using your power drawing more. It's not highly interactive, but it was a lot of fun. And the group I got to play with, this wonderful person named Demetrius taught it to us and had a copy of it. There's just a lot of energy. We were chanting around the table when tokens would come out that would use their powers. It was simple but thoughtful. You could definitely take different approaches to the pool building on kind of the token strategy that you wanted to. It was very light, it was very quick, but I really, really enjoyed it, and I can see why it got a nomination. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I know that it's been picked up for distribution in North America from North Star Games, so I'm excited to pick up a copy when it becomes available here later this year, maybe the September, October timeframe.
October.
Yeah, and so that is Quacksalber von Quedlinburg.
I did ask if they were going to change the name when North Star brings
good
it over,
question.
and he said that might be necessary, but they weren't willing to say why. They might just put a "the" in front of it. The Quacksalber von Quedlinburg,
I
which
support
of
that
course
decision.
everyone will understand.
The quacking game.
All right, so I want to talk about a great game and a bad player. So the game is Reef. Reef is a fantastic game. I actually played it here twice. I played it earlier, and I'm just really enjoying this game. If you had a chance to play it, very fast game. On your turn, draw a card or play a card. When you play a card, put out 2 pieces on the board, anywhere you want basically, and then you score pieces based on the patterns they're in. So you're trying to play your cards in a certain order to get these pieces out and then score them. Oh, but before you do that, maybe you want that card that's out there. Not a ton of decisions, but enough decisions to make a fast, good game that I think scales well from 2 to 4. If you don't like the game much, your kids can play with the toys because it looks like a Tinker Toy set almost. And I'm really enjoying this game. If it has any problem, it could be that, let's say a card comes up that would score you 20 points, thus winning you the game easily, and someone who doesn't need that card takes that card deliberately to be a jerk and cause you to lose, but then that player doesn't win. I believe we call that king making, and that's wrong.
What? In my defense,
It was you. I didn't.
in my defense, you admitted to me later that in my position you would have done the exact same thing.
Well, actually what I said was I would have taken the card too because I wanted the card.
So
you were confused. You thought I meant if I was in your spot. If I was on your side of the table, I was still taking the card because I would have won.
So let's talk a little bit about subtlety and Tom's lack thereof. So this card shows up, and there's a way that you can, if it's on the top of the deck, you can spend one of your sand dollars to grab the one that's on the top rather than drafting from the 3 that are on the table. And this comes up, and Tom's eyes get wide because he's been collecting a whole bunch of red pieces, and this one scores multiple points for red patterns, and yeah, obviously this is his. And the person next to Tom doesn't notice. The one next to me, I think noticed, but was doing something else. And Tom goes,
That's because Emerson was making faces at me at the table.
so that, you know, if I hadn't noticed before then, I certainly notice now that there's something Tom doesn't want me to do. And at that point, wouldn't you do the thing Tom doesn't want you to do? And so I did it.
Tale of horror.
This is
All right, so we've been here. This is Mandy and Suzanne's first. No, this is Suzanne's first
Second for me.
origin, and it's Mandy's first origin is where she's with the Dice Tower.
Right.
Well, Suzanne, you're the new one on the block. What do you think of the surrounding area? Tell me I was right about North Market.
You were right about the North Market. And, oh, this is being recorded, so, oh well, I hate saying you're right. No, the North Market's amazing. And, you know, I've gone to a lot of conventions in Texas or out east a little bit more, and the food is always the really bad part of a grad convention, so it's pretty awesome to come. I mean, you talk about it all the time on the podcast, and we talked about it in our preview about being excited about the food.
Yeah, it's nice to be appreciated when you talk about food by your co-host.
You know, it's simply because they haven't heard it as many times as I have. That's all.
And Mandy and I, our dinner tonight was Jenny's ice cream. It seemed like a fitting dinner. Indeed, a little.
That's right, it's important.
It's dairy, it's calcium.
Don't look at me, Mark.
Good for you.
It's great for you.
So, I mean, the surrounding area is really nice. It's really hot out. I wasn't necessarily expecting it to be so hot in Ohio, so that was a surprise. But that's all great. The one thing I've really liked is that even though there's a lot to do here and a lot of vendors and a lot of people, it never felt packed to me like some of the other conventions that we've been to where you're just crushed in and kind of fighting your way through the crowds. I mean, unless you were trying to go to the Plan B booth on day one to get copies.
Who stood in line at that booth on day one? Who stood in line and didn't get a game?
I did for about 90 seconds, but I just didn't see the sign yet that they were sold out. I stood in line and I went, oh, and then I walked away. It wasn't that painful. I really should stop talking. I'm good.
Oh.
No, you said it wasn't very crowded, Suze, and there is one place that I did feel like it was crowded, and that was the North Market itself. So I have a plan. Everybody in this room, you guys can keep going to the North Market, but we need to spread the word that, oh no, that's so like 2006. we should not go there anymore. No, I hear it's not great. And then we can all go and sit down somewhere. Because during lunch, it's very difficult to find a seat. Sure. It's because it is really great. But I think there's a lot of other places nearby as well, more than just the North Market, that we've been able to explore too, just because it's so crowded over there. I've only gone about half the lunches that I usually do.
All right. Hey, the exhibit hall is different this year. It's different than any exhibit hall I've ever seen. Most exhibit halls, the front of the hall is really crowded, and then it gets, less so to the back. But because they have those two side doors open, that middle aisle is the place to be. So if an exhibitor happened to get on that middle aisle, they're like, hey, this isn't so bad. Didn't pay for that front row placement. And it just makes a very interesting traffic flow. I'm not sold on this idea of A and C being split like that. It still seems kind of weird to me. But during the day, it works.
Yeah, I think it certainly increases traffic in different areas of the hall, but we have heard from some retailers who worked their way up to the front in years past and then are upset because they're no longer in the middle where all the action is. And so I think they're going to mix it up next year and have everyone come in from the loading dock.
But is that different from last
joking,
year?
but that might happen.
Because I heard that like the open gaming room last year was like in the hall C where our booth is. I heard that last year that was all open, like the board game room.
Yeah, I feel that's
And
different.
now it's half vendors, half board game room.
Yeah,
Was that different from last year?
I don't remember that from last
So
year.
hall B, the exhibit hall was in hall A, and B and C were one big room.
Okay.
So there was still that side door, but it was only one side door, so it wasn't a flow through. I did some scientific research, and that's what happened.
Yes.
Would you like to play a game of cockroach poker later with me? Because I think
I win.
I can
I
take
win
you
bluffing
on that
games. Hey, listen, this is important to know, though. Last week, before we came to Origins, I played a game with Z, and I fooled him. Okay, that's very important. That's the first time it's happened ever in my life.
All right.
So I don't know why that's important to know, except, hey, Z, Garcia, and Sam here can come up because it's time to play a game. Okay, so we have a couple things here. First of all, I forgot to appoint a scorekeeper. So, Robert, could you keep score between the two teams? You're the best. Thanks. Chaz is going to come up here. So, the way we're going to do here is we're going to do a game that you've seen every Origins, basically. And in this game, we are going to ask a question. I did a survey where over 1,000 people participated online, probably gamers, probably fans of the Dice Tower. Although some of the answers I wasn't quite sure on that, actually. But, okay, probably fans of the Dice Tower who answered these right or wrong, and we took all the answers and just counted the votes for each one. So each team is going to have guesses at this until we decide to end it, going down the line. And whatever answer you guess, if it's on the list, that's how many points you get, unless you guess the first answer, in which case your points go to the other team. You don't want to pick the top answer. We're going to call two people up. Chaz is going to come up and pull tickets from a box. And so if your ticket's called, come up. If you don't want to come up and play, quick hand it to someone else near you who will probably gladly come up. Now, you might wonder, why would you want to come up? Well, first of all, this is an ancient rivalry between Sam and Z to see which team gets the most points. But in each round, whoever gets the most points, you can win one of two prizes.
Here we go.
No, listen, I actually decided to go serious on this one because here's the deal. I've always given out Z Garcia, Pirate.
The Poet Tyrant.
The Poet Tyrant, and we brought in a box of them, so you can choose that as one of your things, or you can choose a board game from this pile here. We're going to put one up on the table. You don't get to choose, and whoever wins can pick the game, or they can pick Z Garcia. Now, the reason we're not making a joke, I was going to bring in, well, never mind, I wasn't going to bring in, but I was going to bring in something. We had vomit bags at the last game show. We couldn't go lower than that.
So this one time on a flight, we see Tom halfway through the flight jump up from his seat and start collecting the vomit bags from the backs of seats. We're thinking, is he all right? Is he feeling okay? What's going on? And they were for them to go up against me in a show much like this one. Made me feel good.
Because often the vomit bag won, which is...
That's my goal.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. So the reason that we're putting them up and there's no more jokes because there's like less than 100 of these things left.
Woo! Rarity, baby.
So they're rare now. I don't think we're getting any more of them for several reasons. Mostly no one wants them. But
Was that?
they now are collector's items. You can put them up on eBay. Z bids on them to keep the price high.
I do. It's costing me a fortune. It's really difficult. I'm always on there trying to upbid people. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. As soon as we call your number, come on up real quickly and we'll get started. While you're coming up, Eric will kind of read the question to keep people ruminating so we can keep things going.
All right. So Tom always likes to say that you shouldn't blame him for the answers to these questions because it's the internet that answered these things. But I should note that all of the questions came from Tom. Yeah. Our first question. What's your favorite breakfast cereal? What is your favorite breakfast cereal? The top 15 answers are on the board. Mandy, you get the first choice.
Okay, first I'm having flashbacks from Essen.
Yeah.
If anybody listened to that, so I apologize in advance.
Just remember, you're trying to avoid the number one answer.
Oh my goodness. Do y'all have...
Are you about to drop some Canadian cereals on us? Do y'all have the one with the moose tracks and the maple syrup?
I did actually have one in mind, but I think it is a little too Canadian.
Yeah.
Lucky Charms?
We've got those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got the Lucky Charms.
I'm worried it might be unlucky. It might be unlucky, in fact. Oh, boy.
We've got it. It's got 70 votes. And it's number 3.
Oh, thank goodness.
Well done.
Okay, we're okay.
Okay, we're okay. We're okay. Gotta keep it going.
Suzanne, you get to kick things off for this side of the stage.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, number 2. Oh my gosh, this is so tough. Did anybody eat Kix? I like Kix as a kid. What?
Kix?
Really? Is that
I'm trying not to hit number 1.
Look at Sam's face right now.
All right. So I have good news, Suzanne.
Yes.
You didn't hit number 1.
Kix? Seriously? The only thing with less flavor than Kix is milk of magnesia.
Mikey likes it. He likes it.
That was life. That wasn't Kix.
Really? I got mixed up then.
Kix gets an as far as being on the board.
Michael, how many times did we even discuss the word Kix before it came out of her mouth?
Less than one.
Yeah, less than one. All right. Our guest on this side, what is your name?
Jared.
Jared, where are you from?
Ontario, Canada.
Ontario. Oh, boy.
You didn't start with that. We're in
Take back everything I said.
So, what's your favorite breakfast cereal? What do you think the internet said?
I'm going to have to go with honeycomb.
Honeycomb. No honeycomb.
I was with you on that one.
Very sorry. Mr. Sam Healey.
All right, I'm going to go with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
A lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch fans. My kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You know, 76 people liked Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which makes it the number 2 answer.
Sam Healey!
That's right! Take it, you bald-headed beast!
Oh, you animal!
It's question number 1. You're at each other's throat. Okay.
I know, that's how we start. Now I'm scared.
I know.
I could have been sure that was number 1. Okay, so I'm gonna avoid the whole Cheerios family. What do you think? Do I go for like Frosted Flakes, or is that too nice and just say like flavorless flakes?
No, cornflakes is gonna be like, no.
Frosted?
Oh, I'm afraid that might be one.
How many answers are you giving?
I'm doing it. Frosted Flakes.
Oh my gosh, don't be one.
Frosted Flakes is on the list, Z.
Oh no.
It's number 4 with 55
Yeah,
votes.
baby! All right.
55 votes for that one. All right. How many answers per team are we doing here, Tom?
We're going to do just 3, I think.
Just the 3 and 3?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the final chance to get on the board. What is your name, sir?
Michael.
Michael, where are you from?
In the mic.
In the mic. Michael.
Michael from Arkansas.
From Arkansas.
Arkansas.
All right, what did you, we're looking for the number 5 answer. What's your favorite breakfast cereal? What'd the internet say?
I'm gonna go with Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies. Number 13 with 28 votes.
We didn't give them nothing.
So where is our scorekeeper that's writing this down? Rob, okay. So I just know who to look for.
So this category, you can win Z Garcia, or from Arcane Wonders, Sheriff of Nottingham.
Very nice. So the number 15 answer, the lowest on the board with 24 votes, was Special K. Also with 24 votes, Fruit Loops. We talked about Rice Krispies at number 13. Number 12 was Peanut Butter Captain Crunch.
Ooh.
With 28 votes.
Ooh, yeah.
Plain Old Granola was number 11 with 29.
Ew.
The Honey Bunches of Oats with 30 votes was number 10. Sugar Puffs, 32 votes, number 9. Fruity Pebbles was number 8. Number 7, regular Captain Crunch. Number 6 was Life. Number 5, Raisin Bran. And at number 1 with 112 votes, the head of the Cheerios family.
Honey Nut?
No, just regular old Cheerios.
Who eats a regular when you have one that's called Honey Nut Cheerios?
Apparently, did you just lump the whole Cheerios family together?
Let's go to the next question.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Ain't nobody gonna choose regular Cheerios
Robert.
over Honey Nut Cheerios.
Which side wins?
Which side wins, sir?
Z with 125.
Z's team wins.
That's how you lead.
Want Garcia or Sheriff?
Sheriff Nottingham, which means Michael gets Z. Thank you both. Big round of applause for both of our contestants.
Very good.
This time we have 2 games going up against Z.
Wait, what?
Steamrollers and Gold Fever, both from Stronghold Games.
At the same time? Do they get 2 Z's? What's up? Nope. This game is rigged. Nope.
So Suzanne is going to get to guess first on this question. We asked 1,000 people, and the top 12 are on the board. What's the best board game about food? What's the best board game about food?
I mean, what qualifies as food, per se?
Whatever the internet thinks it is.
Well, I feel like I'm obligated to say Pie Town. So I'm going to say Pie Town.
Pie Town is on the list with 20 votes. It's number 8.
I saw your reaction. I saw you all grumping.
Mandy, you are up first on this side. What's the best board game about food?
Sure. Go for it. I'm scared.
No, I'm scared.
Our internal discussion has led to death. Possible death.
Thanks. Okay.
What are you eating?
I don't know. Yeah, what kind of food is this?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Exactly. Well, I like my heavy games, and one of my favorite games is Food Chain Magnate.
Not yet.
You can usually tell when you messed up because the audience will go, ooh.
That's like memories of
Just watch out for that, yeah, exactly.
It's on the list. It's higher than number 8. It has 134 votes.
No, don't say that.
And it's number 2.
Yeah! Champ! Total champ!
All right, Sam. What you got?
Sam, you're up. What's the best board game about food?
No, I agree. So I think you're just good.
I'm going to go with Pizza Slice. Or New York Slice, sorry.
New York Slice. New York Slice is an actual game title. It's number 3 with 97 votes. All right, our guest on this side. What's your name?
Joe.
Joe. Where are you from, Joe?
Dayton.
Dayton. All right, Joe. What did the internet say is the best game about food?
Oh, I remember now.
Not the best, actually. Like the third best. Don't trick me,
I am tricky. What did the internet say is the fourth best game about food?
Rocky Road a la mode.
Rocky Road a la mode.
That's okay.
Eric's kind of mean with his buzzes towards our guests.
All right. What is your name, sir?
My name is Dan.
Dan, where are you from?
From Louisville, Ohio.
All right. Dan, what did the internet say is the fourth best game about food?
We'll say wasabi. Oh.
Oh, stop. Okay, stop.
What? No, he said it. It's been said.
No.
There was saying and it was said.
I agree.
Judge says number 10, 18 votes. All right, Z, you get the last chance to get on the board right now. What is the best board game about food?
I'm going to go with Kitchen Rush.
Kitchen Rush is on the board.
It is? Okay, I'm fine. I know it's not one.
41 votes. It's number 5.
There
well
you go.
done.
Yes.
All right. At number 12, Walkstar with 12 votes. Bonanza, it's about beans, was number 11.
No! That is a farming game. That's not about food.
Beans
What
are
do you
food.
farm,
Tell me about it.
Wasabi was number 10 with 18. A la carte with 19 votes was number 9. Pie Town was number 8. Scoville, number 7 with 24 votes.
Skin farming.
Agricola was number 6 with 38 votes.
No!
That's all about food, don't they?
No!
Kitchen Rush number 5. Number 4, Viticulture.
Yeah, baby.
Grapes are food. And
I shall be
number
having
1,
red for dinner.
number 1 with 358 votes, Sushi Go was the one you avoided.
All right, Robert.
All right, Robert.
Can we get some categories where we actually have good questions and answers?
Ooh, sore loser.
Bald-headed beast.
Yeah.
All right.
How we
2
doing?
games or Z Garcia?
Wait, what? I just gave you a pat on the back, man.
Well done. Big round of applause
Thanks,
for
Dan.
both Joe and Dan. Oh,
All right,
boy.
so for our next question on Z's team, 962-706. 706.
Come on up.
And on Sam's team, 962-523.
523. 523.
All right. We're going to give.
All right, come on down.
This time, Z is going up against a copy of Viral from Arcane Wonders and Onitama.
Even I wouldn't pick me, folks. That's good stuff. That is good stuff.
Welcome to Z's team. What's your name?
Anna.
Anna. Where are you from, Anna?
Mexico.
Mexico. Wow, where in Mexico?
Mexico.
Just Mexico, Mexico.
Mexico City.
Excellent. So we decided to go a different direction with our next question. What non-cereal food is best to eat for breakfast? Other than cereal, what food is best to eat for breakfast? Anna, what do you think?
Yeah, we got a moment.
Fine, you get a moment, 1 moment. How are you guys doing? You doing all right? Good? Having a good day? Good. A moment is 3.5 seconds, right? Okay, good. All right, what do you have?
Donuts.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Donuts. Looking. No. No donuts. I'm just as surprised as you. I didn't look at it until just now.
I thought it
I'm looking again.
Did you look for both D-O-U-G-H?
That is.
Both spellings are not here.
Both spellings, and then since I assume Tom made the list, look for any spelling, really, of it.
No. No.
Sorry, Tom. I love you, buddy.
Sam, you are up first on this side. What non-cereal food is best to eat for breakfast?
I'm going to go with meal in a tube, breakfast burritos.
A breakfast burrito.
Favorite of Sam Healey's.
Is number 8 with 34 votes. All right, Z. What non-cereal food is best to eat for breakfast?
I don't know, that's dangerous. Okay, we're going to go with breakfast on a plate with a hole in it. It's a bagel, anyway. A bagel.
A bagel is number 7 with 42 votes.
In your face.
All right, our guest contestant on this side, what's your name?
I am Liz.
Hi, Liz. Where are you from?
Bill Fountain, Ohio.
All right. Liz, what non-cereal food is best to eat for breakfast?
I will go with omelets.
Omelets. Yes, that's on the list. Oh, it's on the list, all right. With 11 votes, it's number 14.
You're on your own,
All right.
kid.
We're back to Mandy. Mandy, this is your last chance to get on the board. What non-cereal food is best to eat for breakfast? Omelet was, by the way, number 14. That's the farthest we go down on this list. There are 14 answers on the board.
Drop the French on you.
I'm going to go with parfait.
Oui. C'est magnifique, mon ami. Parfait, oui.
What is that parfait made of, Mandy?
Are you talking about ice cream parfait?
Mandy, can you be more
You know these
specific?
are Dice Tower
What
listeners.
type of parfait?
Yogurt.
Yogurt is on the list, number 10 with 20 votes.
I love that word.
All right, Suzanne, last chance. What non-cereal food is best to eat for breakfast?
Say it. Say the one we're all dreading. Say it.
Clearly, amongst all of us, I'm the healthiest eater. And so I will, I heard that. I'm going to say fruit.
Hang on, I'm looking.
Oh, you're so high and mighty
Yes,
with your fruit.
fruit is on the list. It's number 13.
Yeah, in your face.
With
Burritos
19
higher.
votes.
Whatever I said, I forgot was higher.
This was a low-scoring round.
You realize it was supposed to be best.
Yes. So
These are gamers who picked this list.
Yeah.
Best.
You guys forgot that.
Fruit?
Omelet was number 14. 13 was fruit/banana/apple because Tom had to lump them together to get them to score any points.
Without using a singular word called fruit.
Don't even make the list.
Number 12 was a sandwich with 19 votes. Also tied with 19, biscuits and gravy, 11.
Oh, yeah.
Yogurt, we mentioned at number 10. Sausages were number 9. Breakfast burrito and bagel, we mentioned. Number 6 was pancakes with 67 votes. Number 5, toast, 72 votes. Number 4, waffles, 73 votes. Number 3, pizza, 74 votes.
This side was definitely dreaded. We were like, stay off of pizza. That's number 1, baby. We were close.
Number 2, with 202 votes, bacon. Which means number
And then
1
number
with
one's bacon pizza.
325 votes was eggs.
Ooh.
That was the one to
Not
avoid.
bacon pizza?
Not bacon pizza.
All right.
Robert.
Who won?
All
That's
right.
2 points?
Oh, she
Not
took
taking
Z.
it.
Liz
I
is
wouldn't call
taking
that
Z.
taking it.
Oh, she took Z. Which brings Z's down over here.
Thank you, Liz.
All right, we have both contestants on the way.
All right, this time from going up against Z, we have 2 games from Gray Fox, Mythos Tales, and Multi-Universum. Or Z. What I like is we've been doing this now for almost 3 years, and it's still not old.
All right, Mr.
getting
Healey,
old
you're
to
going to get
some
first
people.
shot at this one.
Woohoo!
And
Go ahead, I'll get it.
you good? Okay. Our first question that's not about food.
This was right after Tom had eaten something.
Yeah, Tom,
The topic changed.
Tom had breakfast.
Yeah.
And then, okay. Sam,
Yes.
top 15 answers are on the board.
Okay.
After.
Where? Can I see them?
No.
Okay.
After family and pets, what would you grab if you had time from your house if it was on fire? After family and pets.
I don't even know why that has to be delineated, but okay. After family and pets.
After family and pets, what would you grab if you had time from your house if it was on fire?
If it was on fire, pets and family are safe.
They're good. You still have time, though.
Still have time. Do I have enough time to think about it?
You have a moment, which is 3.5 seconds.
I'm going to go with birth certificates / social security cards / passports, you know, that kind of stuff.
How many answers are you going to get?
You know.
No, I got. Yes.
Important documents.
That is exactly the phrase I was looking for. Important documents is number 8 on the list, and it has 21 votes.
8? That's number 8?
That is number 8.
This was posed of gamers, I bet.
Hello there. Hi. What is your name?
Ryan.
Ryan or Brian?
Ryan.
Ryan, where are you from, Ryan?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Where in New Jersey?
In the Elizabeth area.
Elizabeth, New Jersey area. All right. After your family and pets, they're safe. What would you grab if you had time from your house if it was on fire?
I'd probably say money?
Money.
Wow.
Is on the list at number 13 with 17 votes. All right.
Grab that mattress.
Our guest on this side, what's your name, sir?
Ben.
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 Where are you from, Ben?
Warsaw, Indiana.
Warsaw, Indiana. What would you save after the family and pets?
Like portable electronics, laptops, cell phone, that sort of thing.
I think you should narrow that
Pick
down.
one.
Okay, laptop.
Your laptop. 85 votes. Number 3 on the list. Mr. Garcia.
Yes.
Yes. After family and pets, what would you grab if you had time from your house if it was on fire?
I mean, I want to say fire extinguisher. But barring that, I'm going to go with family photography. Oh, that's the sound I was looking for. Thanks, everybody. Great. I love the vote of confidence.
Good answer.
Pictures is on the list.
That's not what I said, technically speaking.
Yeah, that's what you said. Oh, that's what you said, Z. And it has 155 votes.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Numero uno.
We wavered. Good answer. Unbelievable.
Suzanne.
Yes.
Your team has suddenly come to a nice lead. You could secure that lead with the number 2 answer. After family and pets, what would you grab if you had time from your house if it was on fire?
I would grab the family jewels.
Oh my God. She means jewelry. She means gold and silver and precious stones.
Now for a break, brought to you by Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh my.
It's more of a.
Every show.
I'm sorry to say, it's not on the list.
Yeah, that's right, Suzanne. That's wrong. Don't do it again.
All right, Mandy.
I don't know how I'm going to follow that.
Hopefully with points.
All our hopes are in your camp right now.
Great, thanks. I'm keep it simple. Car keys.
Car keys. No.
Oh man.
Not on the list. Let's start from the top this time. Remembering who was asked these questions. Number 2, with 122 votes, games.
Did we not say it? Did we not say it?
Laptop was number 3.
Not
Phone
birth certificate.
was number 4 with 84 votes. Your hard drive, on its own, 37 votes.
We're actually gonna take it out of the thing.
Like break down the computer.
While the house is burning down around you.
Wait, let me eject
It's
this.
like that
Hold on.
gift.
It's
Oh, this is
ejecting.
fine.
It's ejecting. Oh, it's getting warm in here. It's ejecting.
Those 37 people had a quick release hard drive, I guess.
That's good. Solid state. Way to
Number
go.
6 with 28 votes was your wallet.
Have you heard of the cloud?
With 26 votes, number 7 was books. We mentioned important documents. Your iPad or tablet was number 9 with 19 votes. The Bible, number 10 with 18 votes. 11, guitars, plural.
Several
with 18
of
votes.
That is,
Just
I understand
a
that. That's
favorite
good.
6 or so.
Oh, you have one.
Number 12 with 17 votes, Gloomhaven.
If you grab Gloomhaven, you're not gonna make it out.
Wow.
I'm amazed you didn't get that.
Yeah, right. Just
money-
empty the box out, crawl in it. You're safe. You're good to go. Let it burn.
Money was number 13. Your wedding albums specifically was number 14.
That's what I meant when I said family photography.
Yeah, no.
All right.
And the Nintendo Switch was number 15. Because you want to play something on your way to safety.
Beautiful.
Anyway, that was a fun round. Robert.
Don't even say it. You didn't have to say it like that.
All right, what would you like?
17.
Z, do you want to bid on this before I take these two?
No, I'll catch it on eBay.
All right, so next 2 Gray Fox games. And over here, Z Garcia.
Big round of applause for Ryan and Ben.
Thanks so much, Ryan.
All right, this time you're going up against Royals and Viral against Z Garcia.
All right, we're going to start with Z Garcia.
Okay, hit me.
What food should you never eat for breakfast?
Oh, he got hungry again. Okay. Got it.
15 answers are on the board. What food should you never eat for breakfast?
Cyanide. No.
3.5 seconds.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did that to me, so.
I'm gonna go with
Gloomhaven.
Yeah. Okay. Pie a la mode. Ice cream.
Which one's your answer?
Yeah, which one?
Pie is like the best breakfast.
Then ice cream.
Ice cream is your
for
answer.
breakfast. Wait, this is the same people who answered the Gloomhaven bit?
I think it's the same.
Oh
no! Ice cream
Ice
is on
cream's
the
fine.
list, Z.
Okay, cool. I'm okay with
44 votes.
That's good.
It's number 4.
Yeah.
I think
All the way
ice
to the
cream's
end
a
here.
perfectly valid breakfast food.
What is your name?
Piper.
Piper, where are you from?
Currently Dayton, but I'm moving to Jersey.
Okay. Are you moving to the Elizabeth area?
I don't know where that is.
Oh.
In Jersey.
If you end up in the Elizabeth area, you'd have somebody to play games with.
I'll meet with you.
All right. What food should you never eat for breakfast?
I'm gonna guess sushi.
Sushi's on the list. It's number 3.
Come on, Piper. What are you doing?
47 votes for sushi.
We shouldn't talk about our London trip then.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What about like leftover sushi from last night? You know, it's been in the fridge. No. Okay.
Ew.
Anyway. Mandy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What food should you never eat for breakfast?
Pick a thing.
You gotta pick something.
Canadian thing. That'll save us. Yes.
Quite delicious for breakfast. You're full of regret after, but it's really good.
Good. Do it.
You know that's not gonna be on the list. Okay, fine. Poutine.
Oh, you said it all fancy like. Hold on.
Je parle français. Poutine.
That's good. That's nice.
Poutine is not on the list. No.
How many Canadians do you think answer these surveys?
A
No.
lot? There are a lot of us.
Suzanne.
Eric.
What food should you never eat for breakfast?
Pie. Say pie.
No, never. But I mean, nobody said donuts, so I don't trust anybody in this group. It's very suspicious. Say soup.
Soup. Soup is on the list at number 6 with 36 votes. All right. Our guest in the middle, what is your name?
My name is Kim.
Hi, Kim. Hi. What food should you never eat for breakfast?
Is no one thinking about their answer ahead of time?
No,
we are.
It's a difficult question.
No, it's not.
You should pick a thing.
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake for breakfast. Cake is the number 8 answer with 31 votes.
It's on the list, that's all.
Better than poutine.
Okay, listen.
Hey, no one told you to pick it.
All right, Sam.
Terrible.
Last chance to get on the board. What food should you never eat for breakfast?
I'm going to go with meatloaf. I mean, you shouldn't eat meatloaf for breakfast, right?
Meatloaf?
No.
Survey says no.
Doesn't mean it's not right.
And I would eat anything.
All right, working our way up the list in number 15, beans, 16 votes. Number 14, tacos, 17 votes.
Wrong!
Number 13, candy, 24 votes. Number 12, steak, for some reason.
What? People eat
Steak and
for
eggs,
breakfast.
man.
29 votes. Number 11, liver, 29 votes.
Well, you shouldn't eat that for any meal.
I concur.
That's not a breakfast exclusive thing.
Number 10 with 30 votes, all food is fine.
That's an anti-answer. You can't say that.
That's taking issue with the question to
liver
begin with.
candy liver sandwich. Good eating.
Number 9, pasta with 30 votes as well. Cake was number 8, as we said. Salad, number 7. They do that in Japan. You have salad for breakfast. Soup was number 6. Spaghetti, number 5, 41 votes. Ice cream, number 4. Sushi, number 3. Now this I find interesting because 52 people for the number 2 answer said pizza. Hang on a second, let me look at the last question. Yeah, 74 people said you should eat pizza for breakfast. Anyway, number 1, which you all successfully avoided with 64 votes, fish.
Okay, I eat fish for breakfast. Is anybody in here Portuguese? You eat fish for breakfast. Thank you.
He didn't answer the survey.
All right, Robert, what do you got over there?
Yeah.
All right.
What are you doing to me?
They're taking the games.
Come on.
I'm so sorry, Z. I mean, congratulations.
Big hand for Kim and Piper.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Those are very rare. Very rare.
All right, this time, you from Stronghold Games, we have Noria, Cottage Garden,
Z.
Dungeon Rush,
Oh my God.
Memoir, or Memoir, sorry. Also
Memoir.
from Onitama.
Whoa.
And Speechless.
Dude, you ain't getting picked this time, brother. I don't care.
No. We're going to put 3 Z's on the other side.
What?
Nice to meet you. Okay, that's pretty.
I still don't think you're going to get picked.
I'm not a math expert or anything. That doesn't seem even.
All right, we're going to start all the way on the end for this team. What is your name?
Colleen.
Hi, Colleen. Where are you from?
Northbrook, Illinois, just north of Chicago.
Colleen.
Cubs or White Sox?
Cubs.
Yeah.
Cubs. Very much Cubs.
The top 11 answers are on the board. We asked the internet, what's your favorite kind of dice? What's your favorite kind of dice? How did they answer that question? Yeah. All these came from Tom, don't forget.
No, the answers did not come from me.
The questions all came from Tom.
It's whatever people would answer. So, like, if that's what your gut.
Were you like half asleep when you made this? What kind of dice? Are you talking about sides or?
That's up to you.
Oh.
What's your favorite kind of dice?
Sam. This is.
I'll say metallic.
Metallic. Metallic is on the list. With 15 votes, it's number 6. Z, you could take first stab at this question.
Fantastic.
What's your favorite kind of dice?
Lucky dice.
That is an insightful answer.
Not on the list. I got it.
It's not on the list.
You know what? Y'all need to stop rescuing Gloomhaven.
All right, Suzanne. What's your favorite kind of dice? What did the internet answer?
To that exact question.
Yes.
Stop giving me the stink eye. I didn't answer.
Custom dice.
Also an insightful answer. And one that will score you points. 40 to be exact. It's the number 4 answer.
Come on. Yeah, but if they don't roll well, I mean.
Mandy. What's your favorite kind of dice?
Well, it's not my favorite.
Well,
maybe somebody might like it.
Wooden dice. Wooden dice. Number 9 with 13 votes.
Number 9.
Sam Healey.
I'm gonna go with etched dice.
Etched.
Etched, where the thimbles are cut into them.
That gets points.
So that's what that means.
The thimbles.
The thimbles, yes.
Not on the list.
That was not nice.
That's not nice.
Does anybody have a coin I can borrow?
You're flipping to find out? All right. What is your name?
I'm Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. Where are you from?
Ohio.
Ohio. Where in Ohio? Just the general state in the middle, like dead center?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
From people here.
How about
Okay, we're going to say D20.
a D20?
No.
198 people said D20.
It's a good sign so far.
It's the number 1 answer.
Yeah! And you need lucky dice. You see what I'm saying? You killed me with this coin, this D2.
All right, I think we'll work from the top on this one because the top 3 answers were all specific dice. The D20 was number 1, D6 was number 2 with 131.
Hey, we had the top 2. We had the top 2. We were
D10
right.
was number 3 with 56 votes. Then we had custom dice with 40 votes. Chessex dice, specific brand, was number 5 with 16 votes. Then metal, then translucent with 14 votes. Chunky with 13 votes was number 8.
Wait, what did you say?
Chunky.
As opposed to creamy. Wooden was number 9. Rounded was number 10 with 12 votes. And rounding out the list, dice with pips.
As opposed to cubes, right?
Or, you know, like with numbers, with numerals.
Sure.
All right, we don't need to know this one. Would you like the games? Or? Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
I still want to hear what the score ended up being.
All right, what's the score?
You get 3.
3 Z's.
Go get that eBay money, girl.
Those are the last ones.
You don't want it back?
For
Because
the
it's
last-
broken. That's why.
here's the last
It's broken.
one.
You gave me a broken quarter.
Did I hear you say this is the last question, Tom?
This is the last one. Pick the one you like the best there. All right.
Okay.
So you can get a bunch of promos here that I only have one of. This one's for Cottage Garden. This one is for Flamme Rouge. This one here is for Glux. This one is for Iquazoo. I have all these in a drawer at home. This one here is for Ganges of the whatever. Guilds of London. These are all pretty good ones, actually. Alexandria. You can sell these all on eBay. Snowdonia. Column of Fire. I don't know what this one is. Something? It's Egyptian. I don't know.
It's actually a promo for the Z figurine.
King's Will. And last. Yeah, I can't read that. Okay. Oh, Mistfall, Hearts of the Mist. Or 3 Zs.
That sounds a lot more fair, actually.
It's promos
okay.
versus promos.
That's nice, nice.
All right.
Oh, and you can come by the booth tomorrow and get 3 dice towers.
If you pick the Zs?
If you get the promos.
Oh.
Okay, so the promos and 3 dice towers.
Got it. Okay, I see.
Against 3 Zs.
All right, I'm going to let the crowd decide what question we do for the last one. Do you want a question about celebrities or a question about board games? I heard celebrity. No.
What, are you deaf?
I did hear celebrities. No. All right. We're going to start with Mandy. The top 15 answers are on the board. What game do you grudgingly play with family over the holidays? What game do you grudgingly play with family over the holidays?
All right. My family loves this game. I'm going to go with, and please, I don't mean to offend anyone, Taboo.
Taboo.
I like Taboo. I like Taboo.
Taboo is not on the list.
Oh, okay.
That's a fun game to play.
So you say.
Suzanne, what game do you grudgingly play with family over the holidays?
Well, I got to pick the game with pie, so Trivial Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit is on the list with 19 votes. It's number 10. Number 10.
Thank you.
Hello there. What's your name?
I'm Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. Where are you from?
Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Bowling Green. In Bowling Green, Jeff, what game do you grudgingly play with families over the holidays?
Pictionary.
Pictionary. Pictionary's not on the list. This is a weird list. Sam.
I'm gonna go with TI. No, I'm just kidding.
Some grudges, all right.
I'm gonna say I wouldn't. I'm gonna say Uno.
Uno. Uno is not on the list. Wow. All right, Z.
So I'm of 2 minds here. I can go with an old classic that we assume would be on this list that does not seem to be proving to be a pattern, or I can go with something that the Gloomhaven Savers would have said they're over by now and might have made this list.
Is that our name for these people now, the Gloomhaven Savers?
Yeah.
The Haven Savers?
The Haven Savers. They got their own website. So, Ticket to Ride, Catan.
Ah, good.
That's not even called the Settlers of Catan anymore.
Just Catan.
Catan.
Is it Catan or Catan, really?
You know what, Han? Get off my back.
Catan is on the list.
Han Solo? Yeah.
I got it.
Thanks, buddy.
Catan's on the list with 38 votes.
Okay.
It's number 4.
Sweet.
All right.
I got in their brains, you see? You get in the Gloomhaven Savers' brains.
This is our last chance to get on the board. Hello, what's your name?
Molly.
Molly. No, yeah, Molly. Molly, you're a ringer from game shows past. I recognize you. Who remembers Molly? There we go. Is that your family over there? I remember Molly. Okay.
No, my family didn't raise their hands.
Oh. And that's why Molly's a ringer. Okay, Molly, what game do you grudgingly play with family over the holidays?
Monopoly.
I like you, Molly. This is why I'm going to stand over here when I say that Monopoly has 91 votes. And it's the #1 answer.
I'll give you your money later, Molly.
Number 15 was Clue with 15 votes. Number 14, this is where the list gets weird, Codenames with 15 votes. Number 13, Mexican Train Dominoes with 16 votes. Number 12, The Game of Life, 17 votes. Number 11 with 19 votes, just regular dominoes.
Really? That one's actually good.
They're two different games. Trivial Pursuit was number 10. Number 9 was Scrabble with 24 votes. Wow. Number 8, Tom's favorite, Phase 10 with 27 votes. Number 7, Ticket to Ride, 29 votes. Number 6, with 35 votes, They Don't Play Games.
Why did we not guess that?
Because that's the truth in my family.
Number 5 with 37 votes is I'm happy, I'm not grudging, I'll play anything.
This is heartwarming stuff.
Number 4 was Catan. Number 3, Cards Against Humanity, 43 votes. I just don't imagine you're playing that with Grandma, right? You're not supposed to. Anyway. And number 2 with 58 votes, Apples to Apples.
Nice.
Robert, who wins it?
Come on, baby. Yeah.
Promos or Z's?
I'm going to have to go with promos.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Which means
Z's for you.
big round of applause for Jeff and Molly.
Good job, Molly. Good job.
Now, at this point, we need to find out who wins the game overall, right,
That's
Robert?
true.
Sam takes it with 565.
What?
525.
Okay. I'm happy to.
Dead man if you win by an inch or a mile.
All right, I know that we started pretty late in here. We're going to go about 10 more minutes. If you need to leave, I understand that. We're going to do a little bit of Q&A. Mark is super in shape, so he's going to run around with Z's microphone, who's going to go share with Sam over there.
What?
And if you have any questions and you want to ask us this is how we're going to end the show with a few questions. Oh, raise your hand if you want to ask one.
What was the first board game that brought you into board gaming?
What was the first game that brought us into board gaming? Like designer gaming or the first game we ever remember playing?
First game you ever remember playing?
Oh boy. I remember playing Monopoly with my family. My mom loves that game.
Grudgingly.
No, I loved it. I was great. Of course, I cheated at it. I've told this story before. I once snuck down. We had taken a break, so we played for like an hour or two, and then we went to bed, and we were going to continue the next day. And I snuck down when everyone was asleep and took Boardwalk and Park Place and just put them in front of me, thinking no one would notice. And then I don't know if my mom ever knew that that's what I did, but I lost. And that was like I learned some sort of lesson that just because, you know, you cheat, you aren't necessarily going to win.
I don't think you've learned the lesson because I played with you recently.
Yeah, weren't you just talking about being subtle while you play games?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway, that's what I remember.
Monopoly is also mine. The first one I really remember playing with my family. And I played against my parents, and I was losing by a lot, and I cried a lot, and then I won. And I think it was through skill.
I think you learned a different lesson than I did.
But we'll never know because my parents would not remember that, and I'm just going to remember it that way.
We definitely played a lot of trick-taking games like hearts and things like that. But the big hit in my family is, I think in America, you call it trouble.
Yes.
But in Canada, we had like frustration.
This is the Pop-O-Matic device. Okay, yes.
But was frustration a thing here?
We had aggravation, which is a different game.
Okay, so we had frustration, you had aggravation?
Irritation.
Okay.
And trouble.
And trouble.
And headache. We had another one called headache. Yeah.
Okay, so it was the one when you pop the bubble and you move the things, yeah. So that was really popular.
The first game I remember really playing board game wise was definitely Chutes and Ladders. Did a lot of that, you know, like the climbing up and then the sliding down.
Okay, cool. Probably for me it was either checkers with my grandpa or Hi-Ho Cheerio. One of those two. Yeah.
And for me, it is Parcheesi. It's very big in Cuba, and so I played with my mother, who loved it. Who loves it. That sound, yeah, she still loves it. Yeah, it sounded morbid. I apologize. So yeah, I remember playing that. I remember we had a wooden set of it, and that was her set, and we played that all the time. So yeah, Parcheesi.
All right, cool. Got another question?
What is your least favorite type of person that you run into at conventions?
What if they're in this room?
People who ask questions that are really not useful during their life. No, that's not a good question.
Wow. I mean, the easy one is rude people, you know, that literally run into you.
On purpose?
No, well, not on purpose, but don't even notice you're there and slam you into a wall or another person or something. Then they think you're the jerk because they ran into you.
People who bring their children, and that's great, but instead of bringing a small stroller, decide to bring in a Buick. Okay. That takes up the entire aisle, and then there's not even a kid inside it. It's just full of games. The dad is holding the kid, the mom's pushing it, and it's just loaded with games.
That actually sounds pretty smart.
No.
No, okay.
Oh, I'm actually answering that?
If you'd like, or you could say
You
pass
don't
if
have
you'd
to
like.
pass it.
No, I think I agree with Eric. I mean, for the most part, just rude people in general. I have to say, though, the people here have been amazing.
Way to spin it.
No, it's
No,
true.
that's good. No, that's good. That was a compliment. Yeah, let's do this.
Seriously, I have had some conversations with some great people here, and you know, I got to learn Mice and Mystics. So whoever's listening to the podcast, you know, knew that I hadn't played it. So thank you for that. Very positive experience. So I mean, I can't complain. Everyone was great.
Well, to bring it back to the dark side, I'm not afraid to answer this question at all. Everybody has been really, really kind and welcoming and nice. But, and I totally don't mind when, like, we've had people stop us in the hallway, we've had people stop us when we've been talking to each other or other, that's all fine by me. The one place I prefer not to be stopped is when I am on my way into the bathroom. Exiting the bathroom, thumbs up. While I'm entering the bathroom, maybe just wait a few minutes until I'm going the opposite direction from a timing perspective.
You don't have one? What's going on? Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. Maybe I'm not really. I'm drawing a blank. But maybe the people who come up to us and tell us that their kid is a big fan, and the kid is just not. I mean, they have a blank stare on their face. They're like, "Who is this guy? Like, what is this? Why are we here? I want to go play with those toys over there." Maybe those people, I think they're just shy to say, hey, you know, I like whatever you do. So I don't really have a good answer. Maybe people, actually, you know what's a good answer is people who I see, say, this year, and they say, oh, I saw you 2 years ago, but I didn't come up and say hi because I didn't, you know, was scared to come say hi or something like that. And that's crazy. Just come and say hi to me if you want to that first time. So maybe that, but I don't. They're not bad people. It's just, you know, they're not very morbid of an answer.
Yeah, I don't really have a good answer for this one either because, even if like, you know, talking about the person bumping into you, or that's a snapshot and it's not really necessarily indicative of the kind of person that they are. So you can't really make that kind of judgment on somebody like that. But yeah, I just don't have a good answer for this. I just don't.
If all the primates on Earth died, and aliens still wanted board game review videos, what Earth animals would replace each of you?
What?
What's your spirit animal, I think is what she's asking.
But you can't pick primates, apparently. Because they're all dead.
Okay, all primates are dead. So out of the animals that are left, what's your spirit animal?
Got it.
Patronus.
Okay, got it. I'm gonna go with a. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with something.
Can we pick for other people?
That's how you do this.
Wait a minute.
So yeah, why don't you guys pick for me? What would it be? Watch your mouth, Tom.
I can't say the first one that came to mind. Hang on.
That's probably a better way to do this anyway. It's more honest if other people pick for us.
Mockingbird.
That, I believe, is wordplay from Tom Vassell, ladies and gentlemen. Nicely done.
And proof.
Yep.
No primates. See, I was going to pick a gorilla, but since there's no primates, I'm going to go with
Rhino.
a rhinoceros. I was actually thinking that, yes.
I'm going to say rhino for Sam. Yeah.
Wow.
I was gonna say tiger, but I like rhino better. That's good. Yeah. For me, I love the question. It was actually a really easy question for me to answer because it's clearly a sloth.
A sloth.
That's not what I thought at all for you.
Yeah, I'm tired. I want to go take a nap. I'm ready.
Is that yours, raccoon?
No, I was gonna say that for Suzanne because they like to eat like pie and stuff. They do. Well, food,
Sloths probably eat pie too.
That's my roommate.
Just really slowly.
All right, what do you think, Mandy?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm afraid.
A peacock would be.
Oh my God! Can I tell you that was?
Yeah.
You were reading my mind.
Oh,
okay. Well, great. Then we answered correctly. Yeah, then we yes, peacock. Or, I think I'd go for a bullfrog because you never see them. They're like totally innocuous, and then you hear rabbit, and I can blend in until I talk, right?
Oh gosh, like that frog. Yes.
I think that would work.
That's good. Good. I'll let you guys pick for me.
This is dangerous, guys.
Yes.
You're gonna have to
Rooster.
Yeah.
Exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Like foghorn leghorn size rooster.
Oh, thanks. That's better than rooster.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take one last question here. Where is the question?
There's one down.
With all the games that are out now, I know there's a wide variety, but what game or theme would you guys want to see come out? I mean, like, what do you feel is lacking right now?
This is my most asked question in live Q&As.
Yeah, it is. And you'd think that we'd have an answer ready,
Oh, I always
immediately.
do. Food. No, look, they asked that question about games with food, and people are sticking Agricola and all kinds of stuff. They don't even know what to put on there because there's not enough games about food. There isn't. We could make a game about spaghetti. We could make more games about pizza, sandwiches. There should be lots more games about sandwiches. There should be games about donuts, mixing donuts with ice cream, mixing donuts and ice cream, and cookies. I could go on a long time.
All right.
And this is how those lists come up, by the way.
Yeah.
When he gets asked that, bam.
I don't know if you heard, but we had some fun technical joys earlier this week as our booth wasn't totally put together yet, and we had to begin our live streaming. We had a crane hanging our sign next to the booth, or above the booth, while we were trying to talk about games. And Sarah Erickson from Renegade, as this was going on, we both looked at each other and said, you know what, this would make an interesting game. The logistics of getting
really specific.
everything to a convention booth that needs to be there, and how you move around and get all the pallets and stuff and hang the cranes, and that should be a game. We could call it Fern.
Do you find that fun at all?
Sure. It's an efficiency engine.
Like, at
Maybe
the 10 conventions a year, you show up to do this like once.
It seemed fun.
It's not.
All these cranes and forklifts. It looked exciting. I don't know.
Let's move on. That's a really bad one. If the game designer does that, I'm already rating it low. Box, sight unseen.
What if it was with animals?
Okay.
I learned. I would have to say something with, I don't know, color theory, painting. We had a really good time. Who saw us do the painting at the booth? Did anyone see that at all? Okay, so a few people.
This is not important to bring up on the podcast.
But it is, because I want to talk about it, because it's for my game. So, something to do with...
He's just mad because he lost hard.
Well, to clarify what we're talking about, we all painted some miniatures and then brought in very biased judges, including children.
And they consistently ranked your miniature on the bottom. That's what you're upset about.
No eye for art.
Anyway, something to do with color theory or painting or something to that effect. I have no details, but I like where it's going.
I'm a big fan of cartoons in general, and I feel like that's an untapped IP space. And in particular, I really like 80s cartoons, like The Snorks or Dark Water and things like that. So I wouldn't mind games around those IPs.
For me, my usual answer to this is usually real world modern settings, because there's a lot of real world ancient settings and then fantastical settings. But so maybe something like that. Maybe I haven't seen a lot of theatrical settings, you know, running a theater company or just putting on a stage production or something like that, or a film production. Because we've got, what, Shakespeare, but again, it's a period piece.
Yep.
And there's very few others I can think of.
Carrion, but that's a period piece.
Right,
like that.
right.
Yeah.
So something like that would be interesting. I'd like to see more of that.
You want like community theater, the game?
Sure. I mean, you could even do a game with 3 stages, and it's like, you know, high school play, and then you do a community theater play, and then you do a professional stage show.
Wow, that's a good answer.
Bam.
I was thinking the music industry, not necessarily any one specific aspect of it, but like all of it together, maybe taking your band through whatever, or your act, whatever it might be, and going through ages of, you know, years or decades or whatever of how well you're able to do in the business industry. But I don't know, that's there's just touring and stuff like that. There's a lot of music industry games out there, but they're just not very good. So well, yeah, I guess that's true. They're the mechanisms and the theme just don't coincide. So but that's what I was thinking, music industry games that are good.
All right. Well, hey, first of all, before we go any farther, we want to do a big thank you all the way to my left. On the bottom there, we see Derek, who's doing all the audio for this show. And of course, we want to thank Sam and Z for joining us on this podcast here off the video. And finally, Mandy and Suzanne for all the work that they've done here. And that's it. All right, so thanks so much for coming to our live show. You won't cross me again in a game. That's what's gonna happen, I told you. And you ate my beef stick.
So did Z.
That was Z.
No. Wait, you both ate one?
He ate it in front of you.
That's
He's
true.
like, an hour in my meeting.
I had one too.
Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Sam Healey.
I'm Suzanne Sheldon.
I'm Mandy Hutchinson.
And I'm Eric Summerer.
And you've been watching and listening to The Dice Tower.
Thanks for listening. Promotional consideration has been provided by game publishers in the form of review copies of games. This episode, number 560, was recorded in front of a live convention audience on June 16th, 2017. Coming up next week, Tom and I kick off 2 weeks of normalcy before we head out to Dice Tower Con. The Dice Tower is produced by Tom, Eric, Mandy, and Suzanne, with assistance from Itai Perez, Derek Porter, and Rob Seary. Timothy Pinkham composed our theme. That Dice Tower road trip in which Mr. Garcia got real philosophical, provided by Deep Z Adventure. And hosting is provided by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games at great prices at CoolStuffInc.com. Don't forget to visit the other shows in the Dice Tower Network. Find your next favorite at DicetowerNetwork.com. Until next time, from all the gang at the Dice Tower, have fun gaming. You know what? I'm just impressed that
Thank you, guys.
Mandy has made it all the way through a convention and still has a voice.
I know.
That's never happened before.
Yeah, it's the pie. I tell you, it's the pie.